Hey guys, my name is Millie and welcome back to my channel. So welcome. I'm assuming if you're watching this, you're probably like a fresh, well, I'm assuming you're going to be a freshers. You're going into your first year of university. What? Oh my goodness, jazz hands. I'm filming this in my conservatory at like a very sunny day because it's just the nicest room in the house, and I'm pre-filming a load of videos whilst I'm away in America this summer, whilst I'm working at camp. So welcome. I'm going to give you some cheeky top tips for freshers, for first year in general, and kind of just university, I guess. It can be comforting to have somebody who's kind of just freshly gone through their first year. I've just finished mine now. I took a gap year. Oh my gosh, as if I haven't mentioned it enough on this channel, and then went into uni. And I've just finished first year. I've been on summer for like 2 weeks now. I did a runner's job, and then I'm on like a week's holiday before I'm off to America. So I texted my friends who have also all just gone through first year, and I said to them, hey, filming a video, do you guys have any advice, anything you wish you could have told or you could tell your first year self who's going into uni this September/October? What do you wish you could have told yourself, you know, if you could go back in time? So I compiled a list on my phone. I'm gonna read through them. We're gonna have a bit of a chat about freshers and hopefully get you guys feeling more settled or more excited, because university is such an exciting time. I mean, so many new things happen, and you're probably moving to a new city, so that's such a slay. But let's get into it. My first thing is, don't buy a freshers wristband. I bought one, but I got it quite cheap because I bought it so early on. I think I bought it in like February or something stupid. Gonna be honest with you, the events that are on those wristbands aren't really worth it. I think I made myself go to like 3 of the nights because I said, oh, I've bought it now, I want to make sure I get my money's worth. But had I not have bought it, I wouldn't have really been that bothered. And also most of the places you can buy entry on door anyway. Or you could just go to a club that's not holding a freshers event. Like, they're all going to be packed anyways because it's still freshers week, so it doesn't really matter. Have money saved up before you go to university. Oh my goodness, I know everybody's getting a student loan. You're thinking, this is basically free money right now because I don't have to pay it back. Look at all this money I have. It goes so quick. When you add up nights out, social stuff, having to just pay for shopping, and like if you have subscriptions, and then just like random expenses that you don't even think about until you've suddenly moved out and you break your phone screen, you're thinking, oh, bank of mum and dad's not going to fund this. It really adds up. And I think if you can work the summer before, I mean, it's a bit late now, but if you can go in with some kind of savings, it's just going to stretch you that much further. Like, any money will do. Just be wary that money, it disappears like that. I'm not joking, it's a real struggle. Before going out to the club, like, buying drinks at clubs is never worth it. I was so good at this in the beginning of the year. I would just drink so much vodka before going out and then just wouldn't buy drinks, especially in like Factory. If you're coming to Manchester, do not buy drinks at Factory. It will actually put you in debt. It will put you in your overdraft because it's like a tenner for just one double rum and coke. That should be illegal. Meal plan. Oh my gosh. I know so many people that don't, and I don't really understand it, and I've got out of the habit of doing it. It saves you money, A, when you're shopping. Stick to what you've got on your shopping list. Don't just go to the shops hungry. Worst thing you can do, you spend so much money on snacks. And B, it means you can know that you're getting your veggies. So be like, oh, today I'm gonna have chicken with broccoli and carrots, for example. I don't know. You know that you're getting in those vitamins, because I found it so difficult to force myself to eat vegetables because I'm not a huge fan of them, but I knew that if my mum wasn't there to cook me them, I just wasn't going to eat them unless I forced myself to get it in the fridge and know that it was there and then cook it for myself. So just make sure you're getting your nutritional needs met. Everybody says this, but there are so many people you meet at freshers that you just never speak to again. And the amount of people who I met in freshers, I know I've met in freshers, and then I've met them again and they haven't remembered who I am, even though we weren't actually drunk at that point. We just met in freshers at some event, for example, and now we have mutual friends. I'm like thinking of a group of people and specifically who I know I've been introduced to multiple times now, and every single time I meet them they still don't know who I am. It's just kind of rude. Like, make sure you also try and kind of get to know people's names. I'm so bad with names, but I'm good with faces. So I just kind of warned everybody, oh, like, I'm really bad with names, but I'm good. If I see you, I'll try and say hi. And then if you speak to them, if you see them around campus, stop and say hi, ask them how they're doing, and it means A, you make friends, and B, you just get to know more people. And the thing with uni, I mean, my uni's quite, it's not small, it's like probably average size, I would say. Maybe with larger unis it's more difficult, but I feel like everybody knows everybody and everybody has mutual friends. So if you're saying hi to these people, you're going to be more known to loads of people in your uni, and it just makes making friends easier. And also just like, you can go out with different people, and it's just really nice because you know loads of groups, you know? It's just a nice thing to do. Don't underestimate how difficult it's going to be moving out. I mean, I thought it was going to be a breeze for me. I thought, I've just been traveling around the world, like moving into uni is going to be so easy. I think uni comes with different challenges, and what I found really difficult in my first year was the fact that you are crammed into student accommodation. It could be really nice student accommodation, mine was, but there are so many people there who, I found like the emotional side of things and kind of just having to live with other people who, like, everybody's got stuff going on, you know, and you're all strangers at first. So moving in is a very intense experience, and it's just, first year's so intense. Student accommodation and meeting all these new people for the first time is like, wow, I really need to prepare for this. So just kind of know that emotionally sometimes you're gonna have to take time for yourself. You might need to phone home, you might need to FaceTime home and say, look, like, I'm not having a good day. But that doesn't mean those bad days are gonna last. And you need to force yourself to go to your classes, to try and make friends, to do social stuff before you decide, actually, uni's not for me. Like, I don't think you can get a month into uni and say, I'm dropping out, because I don't think you've given it a good enough go, because it takes a while to settle in. And a lot of people said to me they didn't feel settled until their second term. I actually found second term worse. I disliked it more than first term, because I was just done with it. And I think a lot of stuff just happened in second term, and I was like, I don't want to be here anymore. But after Easter, before summer, I kind of came around to liking being at uni again. In terms of lectures and stuff, don't get into the habit of missing them, otherwise you're not going to turn up. I promise. It's what happened to me because of all the strikes. In the end, they just kept cancelling them, and I just said when they were on, well, I'm not going in because I've got plans now. Also, don't turn up to your lectures drunk or inebriated or what. Like, I have done this. I've A, still been drunk after a night out, and B, been severely hungover at lectures before, because I've had a lot of morning lectures this year. And gotta be honest, it just makes you look stupid, because like, it is uni, but at the same time, like, if you're doing a group presentation or something, you look like an idiot. It looks unprofessional, and also you just feel disgusting. It's not even a fun experience. Like, it's not even funny. It just is grim, like having to get up and knowing that your attendance is bad and you have to go to this lecture. Oh, it's not nice. Also, group projects. Not to target anybody, but I've had so many group projects this year. Pull your damn weight. I don't care what you are doing. Just do just any work, please. I'm begging you. Otherwise, you're going to be hated, and you are going to be, like, people are going to talk behind your back, trust me, and that is going to then pass on into second year, and you're going to have that reputation, and it's not a good reputation you want to have. You do have to remember that the people you've met at uni, you're only just going to have met, so you can't really expect the same kind of level of understanding and people just knowing you as maybe your home friends do, because those home friends have probably known you for years, whereas these people you've only just met. So it's kind of like, how do they compete with that? So I wouldn't compare friendships, because I think that's what I did a lot, and then kind of bit me in the arse, because I was like, well, I don't like being here, and I don't feel like I'm good enough friends with these people, when it's just because they hadn't known me for that long. Student accommodation is grim. We had probably one of the cleanest flats in Peel Park, which is like what my accommodation block is called, area is called, and we were amazing as a flat. I think we were quite clean. Everybody kind of pulled their weight pretty much, and it was still dirty, and it was still disgusting, and it was still grim. So the fact that my flat was like that, yeah, you're going to be living in dirt. Just be prepared. And also, do not get into the habit of being the person that cleans the kitchen, because you will be the only person that does it. Or make sure that if there's somebody who like doesn't empty the bin, say something to them. Be like, baby, you have not emptied the bin ever since living here, and it's been 8 months. Like, just take the bins out. try and get out of the house every day, even if it's just for a walk around the block. Maybe look up where your nearest parks are or where your nearest kind of green space is. I think, especially if you move from the countryside to the city, which is what I did, when you're not out in nature and you're not kind of outside, it really impacts your mental health. And some of the worst days I had mentally and emotionally were when I hadn't left the house and the flat for a couple of days. I would say join a society, even if you quit, really quite soon afterwards. That's what I did. I said, no, I do want to join a society, I do want to meet new people, so I joined the netball society. Kind of went for a couple of times. I went to a lot of the socials. Joining netball meant that I met Jazz and Harriet, who are two girls I'm actually living with next year. So there are swings and roundabouts. Even if you hate the society, like, give it a couple of weeks and sort of meet some people there, because not everybody's going to stay in the society, and you can just be one of those people that kind of eventually drops out. I think most unis are probably inner city, so I would say explore your city during the daytime as well. Don't solely go out into town and leave the university campus or leave your accommodation just to go on clubbing nights or to like go to a pub in the evening. Go out during the day, find museums, find coffee shops, things to do, because cities have so much to offer, and it really makes it feel more like home if you're doing stuff during the day as well. Also, in terms of clubbing, learn to say no. Drinking culture is huge at uni. I've struggled with it this year and kind of the pressure of it. If you can learn to say no early on and say, actually, I really enjoyed going out with you guys last night, but I'm not coming out tonight because A, it's going to save you money, B, it's going to save you just your mental health, and C, it's just good for you and it kind of builds your own confidence. Also, don't settle for friends who only want to be friends with you when you're going out. Your friends, I think there's a balance. And you need friends who are also going to be there for you when times are a little bit tough, or, you know, when you don't have any money to go out but you just want to hang out. Like, you need to have friends who are also going to be there to do that. And if people are only like calling you up saying, hey, you want to go out, hey, you want to go out, it's not really the type of friend you want constantly at uni, because then you're going to feel pressured to go out 24/7, which isn't healthy for anybody, no matter if you're a massive party animal or not. Set time aside for your uni work. Don't completely flunk out first year. I heard so many people this year saying, well, it doesn't matter, it's first year, I just have to pass. Is that true? Yeah. However, I think, A, if you work hard during first year, you're going to know where your standards are in terms of sort of how hard you have to work in order to get like firsts and things. And I mean, I'm aiming for first, so I know kind of where I need to be working at because I've worked so hard this year. B, it gives you more of a routine, which I think is very much needed at uni. It's very difficult to find a routine. And C, it also means your lecturers already can pick you out in first year and go, oh, okay, she's working hard, she's got the dedication, she wants to be here, she wants to do well. We're gonna sort of be more inclined, even if they don't mean to, but be more inclined to give her extra support, or, you know, to maybe put her forward for other opportunities that somebody who's not working as hard might not have. One of my mates said, try and go to a club before you actually get to freshers. Go out with people. Arnie, we don't bark at people, do we? It's rude. And that's not your sock. It's not your sock. Oh. You banana, you banana! What are you doing? Come here. He's just walked into the tripod, stupid dog. One of my mates said try and go to a club before you actually get to freshers, and go out with people from home who you know you really trust and would have your back in case anything goes wrong. And my last thing is going home, as in going home to wherever you're from, your hometown, is not the worst thing in the world. I struggled a little bit because when I went into uni, I'm very close, I'm literally 40 minutes by train to my hometown from Salford, and so I said I really don't want to be going home every weekend because I just think I'm never going to settle at uni. And then second term came around and I just struggled so much. I really mentally was not doing okay, and I was coming home I think pretty much every single week for a couple of days a week, and I was missing lectures for it and stuff because I just needed that time at home and that support network that I had here. It's a little bit more difficult if you're further away, but I think there's this stigma behind going home when you're at uni, and I don't think there should be. If you need that extra familiar support, just do it. And those are all my top tips for freshers. You guys are gonna have the best time ever, and even if you don't, remember that freshers isn't for everybody. My freshers week, like the first week, was definitely not my best week of first year. There are gonna be better moments to come, but have a good week, have a good first year. I hope you've enjoyed. Stay safe, make new friends, try new things, try new experiences, but keep yourself safe, keep yourself happy, and keep yourself healthy. If you want to see more content from me, you can subscribe down below, and I will see you whenever I next upload a video. Bye.